Okay, in this video, I'll be doing second block example solves. So I'll just scramble it in this orientation and then solve first block however I want, and then we'll just move on to second block. So the first scramble. So I'll just solve second block however I want. Okay, so my second block is usually pretty simple, so I don't do much fancy tricks, but I'm sure there's a lot to learn. Um, so first off, I usually solve dr, unless there's something obvious, which I don't see over here. So I solve dr. And one thing to notice while solving dr are the other pieces. So we see the two corners are over here. In general, so you can do an R2 to solve dr or an RY2. I often like to do RY2 because you'll see more pieces, since you'll see kind of these mid-slice pieces move around too. So we'll do an RY2, should help our look ahead. Right, so we see this pair and we see this one. This one, you can do a trick like this. Oh, they're the wrong colors. Well, even if they're the wrong colors, it's not that bad to do this. You can solve these the wrong colors and then R2, U2, R2. But usually I wouldn't do that. So let's just do it normally. We'll solve red. And then green, I'll solve like this. Okay, then we'll move on to the next one. And just solve. Okay, so we have our second block and we're just R2 away. We got all these oriented green edges, which is nice. And we take note of these two corners because they have white on them. Maybe we can guess this is red. So I would do U R prime. And it happens to be red, which means this one is orange. So we can go ahead and solve the red one. We can even do this to preserve this orange one in the back over here, or you don't have to. So here is a good moment to simultaneously do R prime and M prime. So that might be what you want to do. And when you solve this, you simultaneously do R wide prime and M, like that. Okay, next one. So, second block. Okay, in this case our dr is solved, so we have some pairs to look at. So this one was orange. This is the red-green pair. So this has to be the other corner that goes with this edge. So I'll solve it like this. Now so far we don't know, well we do know where the orange-green edge is. It's down here, but we don't know what it looks like. So we should pick moves that help us learn what it looks like. So maybe as I pull this out, I'll do this. So now I see what it looks like. And then I solve that. And very simply just pair this up and then go in. Alright, keep going. Just solve first block. Okay. Alright, so we have, this is a pretty bad dr case. Okay, so I guess you just go into it. I mean, there isn't anything beautiful here, so let's just go into it, solve it. So we notice that there is green orange here, and then the red pair. So let's just do it quick. Red pair. Let's solve the red pair and keep in mind where these two move. So you can pair up like this with red. I don't really like doing the M moves, so like here. So I probably would just do like C fob. I guess also this is not bad either. I then solve these two in the back. And that's second block. Okay. Okay, so here again we have DR, this R2 away, and we see that we have this pair. Now, do I know that this is red? Because just R prime U R prime would pair up the red. I'm not really sure, but I do know these two, so let's just solve these two. So it'd be like this. So it happened not to be red, so good thing we didn't guess. And the red one's here. So solution I do for that. Next one. And the first block. Okay. So this is kind of annoying. So we have this pair, and DR is right there, very annoying. So I don't really know what the best way to handle this. Yeah, I guess just maybe do U, and then solve. It's pretty bad. But one thing to know is this is red-green, so always try to cancel as many moves as you can, and we can finish easily. Whoa. Okay, so DR happens to be solved here. So when I see the corner is already solved, I tend to want to save this pair for the end, because usually you can predict, you can recognize CMLO easily if you save this pair for the end. So we'll do the orange one. And by predicting, recognizing CMLO, the corners don't change when I solve this pair. So we see that this is just a diag swap, and it will be the same diag swap after we solve it. Okay. I'm kind of realizing that without inspection, my first blocks are very bad. Alright. CDR, so R2 away. I don't really know what the other things are. So I would want to do an RY2, give you most information about the cube. Alright, so now we kind of know everything, right? These two and these two. So this pair is easier, which would be like, and hopefully when we solve these two, this pair will become good. So standard ways to solve this. And these happen to pair up, which I guess fancy is this, but I don't know who actually does that. So we'll just do that. Okay. Alright. So DR is over here. Maybe let's just throw in a trick here. Let's solve DR last, even though it's not really a good case to do it, but just for fun. So DR last, we could do like this. You just solve a pair, you solve the other pair, and you save DR for the end. You use S slices, And this is kind of similar with that other thing. When I'm doing S slices, I do not change my CMLO case, so you can recognize CMLO as you solve it. So that might be something you want to try to throw in to your second block repertoire. Okay, let's go again. I'll probably just do a couple more. Okay, so we see our DR, orange, pairs, red, and the red edge is here. We don't know what the orientation is. So as usual, I like to do the wide move to get more information. So I do the wide move, so we know everything. But we were, like at this point, of course, we're going to do the orange one because that's what we see. So let's do the orange and follow the red ones as we solve this orange pair. And this will be just like normal. Okay, a couple more. Oops, shouldn't rotate, get everything confused. Okay, so DR over here. And since we know these orange pair, we're going to do those first. And it just so happened our other pair is already paired up. And you know, as we solve this orange pair, it's not going to mess this up, so just continue the orange one. So as before, R prime M at the same time, and then cancel into solving that. Alright, and I'll do a last one. Okay. DR, see this pair? So it's very, very easy. Actually, these two are paired too, so. And then the orange pair. Now, since that one was so easy, we'll just do another one. Okay, so DR is back here. And I see that I can pair up these two while solving DR like this. And now you can do something like this, right? But what's it? I don't remember. But to me, the finger tricks may be a little bit, you know, over rotating, and you know, it's just too much. So I probably wouldn't do it. Probably would just solve this like normal, and then the way I solve this pair, usually something like this. And like before, we have this case where the corner is solved. So we can take note of what our CML case is, and it will be that same case after we do the pair. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.